All right, so I'm doing a live experiment here, trying to understand ordinals from the angle of where they live, who owns them, where they were minted, and then when you change ownership of the ordinal, and when I say change ownership, in this case, I'm just saying from one platform to another. And then the added wrinkle that's interesting is that the platform that I created this ordinal on is TreeChat, and that's a non-BRC-100 platform. I'm moving it over to my BRC-100 wallet. There's a lot of questions that one would have after that with respect to upvoting on TreeChat, what that looks like when you change the ownership, that I don't know the answer to. But the mechanics are what I'm after here. So here we are this is in TreeChat. And I am going to send this ordinal to an address that I generated from my BRC-100 wallet that I call Hummingbox. So we're going to say send ordinal. All right, and now it wants the recipient address. So you can see it starts with a 1. Sending that. Ordinal sent successfully. Transaction ID. We are going to go over to another universe. And we're going to look at, so this is my Hummingbox wallet. If we go to the ordinal section that I just built in here, there's two ways that we can see ordinals. One is if it is just on another platform and I want to view it, I would put that here. But I also, for the one that I just sent over to this wallet, so I just pasted that TXID here. And now I'm going to say record it. Cannot read properties of null. All right, so I'm going to go investigate that. Maybe I'll take you over. So here is the error message we got when I tried to grab it. An agent says it did arrive, and the crash is a bug, not the transfer. So now we're looking here, they're looking at the api.1sat.app. And that is what, it's an indexer for all the ordinals. Failed to load output. Not found in beef. Okay. The transfer is fine. TreeChat sent it correctly. The crash was the bug. So the code that we just put up here used what's on chain. No Merkle proof. Both buttons now say the true thing. The wait is real rather than workaround. InternalizeAction, and that's in BRC-100, a function. It does SPV verification, so it needs the Merkle proof before it will accept the output. That makes sense. The 1Sat indexer doesn't have the TX yet either. That makes sense too. We just did it. So after the next block, that's roughly 10 minutes, we're going to hit scan for incoming over here. And then let's see if I hit it right now. Waiting for confirmation. So we don't have it yet. All right. So let us check it again. So this is the TXID of the transaction sent from TreeChat over to my BRC-100 wallet. Before I say record it, I want to show you up here in the basket. So once we do this, we should see a new basket. And that basket will be for this 1Sat Ordinal. So let's see what happens. Recording. It was recorded. Awesome. All right, so now you can see the picture of it here. And so this whole thing worked. Now what I'm interested in is to look over on TreeChat, because what we just did in review is I had minted an ordinal inside TreeChat's platform, which is not a BRC-100 environment. TreeChat has the ability to send the ordinal out. So in my BRC-100 wallet system, this is just a dashboard for it. We wrote a function that allowed us to generate an address that's coded to 1Sat ordinals inside the BRC-100 environment. Now, I am not a specialist on 1Sat ordinals. I really haven't paid them a lot of attention. So, if my wording there was wrong, of course, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how I'm seeing it here. And the proof is in the pudding with respect to my environment here now showing this ordinal that I minted over in another platform. So we changed the ownership of the ordinal in as far as the blockchain thinks anyway, right? It was me, but I just moved it over to a different address. And that address is housed inside my BRC-100 wallet. So from what I understand with the 1Sat ordinals, when you change the ownership, the original inscription still lives in the original output. So now we have a new output on this new address that references the original output. So I think that's how that works. But let's go up to baskets. Oh my goodness, there you go. See, we have a new basket, P1Sat ordinals, inside this BRC-100 wallet. All right, so now I just want to quickly go back to TreeChat. There we go. Okay. So now, because I'm curious, because I truly don't know what happens. So here's my profile and my ordinals. So let's go back here. And it does still appear to be here. I don't know. I'm going to hit refresh. And it is still here. Now, I don't know how TreeChat is doing this. Regardless of kind of the mechanics underneath, wherever the ordinal is, it has to use the indexer, the 1Sat indexer. So perhaps this is because it was in the original inscription and that is known in the TreeChat's brain, it's still here, but the ownership is not here. So what would be interesting, can I send it? Can I send it again? I don't know if I want to do that. Let's see, transaction ID. Okay, so this is not my new transaction ID. This is the out point. It still lives there. So this transaction ID still references this ordinal, but the new transaction ID, which is this one, CF47 ... That's where the new out point is. And it is this one. So, yeah, it's a lot to take in, all of these different environments and ownership and transfer, but I hope that helped or at least revealed a new nugget in the trail of discovery.
Got a curve in the game, laid out clean with the point named G in a math machine. Pick a secret number, that's your key. Multiply G, now the